Hello, it's Leanne and also Simon and Leanne, whichever way you want to say it, on Loving Life Now with today's topic, a change of scenery.
Yes, we are here and it's episode 111. 111. So episode 111, thanks for joining us.
Woohoo. We
are live on Loving Life Now's Facebook page. And of course, as Lee said, great topic this evening, a change of scenery.
Yep, so we're live here on Facebook, but we're also live over here on TikTok. So hello, everybody.
And as you join us, you know what to do. Pop your details in the comments. Let us know you're here. We'd love to welcome you. Hello, Kim. G'day to Gabby. Both on the Gold Coast.
Sharing, guys.
We've got Tom Hunt. G'day, Tom. He came over from TikTok. Hello, Tom.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Peggy Crane, hello. Great to have you here, Peggy, all the way from WA. Shani from Sydney. So let us know where you're streaming in from, of course, because not everyone knows. Okay, and we'd like to know where you're from.
Just talking for a second.
Trying to jump in for?
Someone wants to know what the Facebook is. So if you're looking for us on Facebook, it's Leanne Haggard, Loving Life Now. So look for that one and you'll be able to find
Richard Wiseman, hello from Hampshire in the UK. Stephen, g'day Stephen from Aratula. Tom's in Sydney. G'day, Tom. Well, I did welcome you before, but glad you told us you're from Sydney. Kent, hello, Kent. Kent's streaming in from Melbourne. We've got Christina Brotons. Where are you from? Hello, in France. G'day, Christina. Thanks for joining us all the way in France. It'll be nice and early there.
Hey, Lisa.
Is it early there in France? Yeah, maybe.
Yes, it's the morning, yes.
Lisa's here from Perth. We've got David Miller down in South Australia. Bernie's doing backflips in Burleigh. Pacifico down the south coast of New South Wales. Joe Newland on the Gold Coast.
Nice.
Cheryl Mapp from Sydney. Hello to you. Welcome. So again, glad to have you all here. This is our weekly Facebook Live and episode 111 tonight.
111.
So episode 111 we're up to.
Right.
And it's called A Change of Scenery. Michelle Peel. G'day, Michelle from Currumbin on the Gold Coast. Louise Miller, hello Louise Miller from Brisbane, great to have you here. Charlie Miller, hello Princess, you look gorgeous as well.
Oh, thanks. He's talking to you.
No, he's on me. Greg Horton, hello Greg. Greg's coming to us from Belyando Crossing, wherever that is. Well, that's great. Great to have everyone here.
I'm nearly done. I've got
Lee
one more to
is
do.
sharing, she's getting sorted over here. And we're also streaming live on TikTok tonight, so hi to all the TikTok followers. And thanks for joining us on our weekly Facebook Live. So, a change of scenery.
All right.
Episode 111. Well, let's move our microphone just out of view there. And let's talk about a change of scenery, Lee. Like in life, often we require a change of scenery.
Or want a
change of scenery.
Or need a change of scenery.
Need? I didn't really like the word need. That's why I said we want.
Okay.
Or desire, or I don't know. I think need's a negative word.
Okay.
It's a negative, it's disempowering. So human willpower is the difference maker in our lives, our willpower. And it can literally assist us in changing our environment. Mm-hmm. And it makes what we do dramatically more effective.
Yes.
That's our willpower, right? So for those intent on experiencing success, quitting is not an option.
No, it is not.
What else, Lee? What else do we do with our willpower?
They use continuous and sustained willpower over an indefinite period of time to produce their desired result.
Yeah, so people that really want to create a change of scenery are going to use continual willpower over a long period of time in order to get the outcome that they're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, but it also takes a couple of really important factors. Do you know what they are?
Effort and focus.
Yes. You've got to put in the effort and you've got to be focused in order to create the change of scenery. Mm-hmm. Now, what you create each day is also created as a function of your own personal willpower. So what we do each and every day, we create with our own willpower. And that's, so we can choose. We can choose to have focus, put our focus on things.
Yep.
Or we can force things. Have you ever had to force things in your life? Like something that you really wanted to do, but you just were forcing it. Do you find that works?
No.
Yeah.
I actually got told that one day by Rach.
Did you?
She said, you're trying too hard. You're trying to force it rather than allowing it to happen.
So sometimes when we when we're wanting something so badly, we try and force it to actually happen. And it's not always the solution.
Yeah.
Sometimes we've got to realize that focus is better than force.
Yes.
Right? So to have the focus on something creates the ability for us to change the scenery. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's move on to the next step. We create a new set of circumstances. In order to create a new set of circumstances, I should say, we do a number of things. We take purposeful action. Yep. So you've got to be on purpose with the action that you take. What else, Lee?
Set in motion a new chain of action.
Yeah, so create a new set of action steps that are necessary. Now, pay attention to your supporting actions. So what are you doing along the way? What actions are you taking that are going to support your other action steps? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Change your results.
Yep. And stay focused on what you create, on what creates positive change. So be focused on what it is that you're looking for to create the positive change. Remember, we're talking about a change of scenery. So how do we do that? And the last one, Lee, that we've got?
Allow momentum to grow.
Momentum. How do you create momentum?
By doing things and continuing to do them and do them and do them and do them and do them.
Yeah, so it creates momentum. It builds momentum in what it is that you're looking to create. Mm-hmm. So in order for us to change of scenery, well, we've got to find a way to follow our passion. Now, a lot of people hear about that week in, week out, day in, day out. People say, follow your passion. And they're like, well, I don't know what my passion is. So how do I know what it is? How can I follow it if I don't know what my passion is? When you came into this industry 13 years ago, did you know it was going to be your passion?
No.
No. And I'm the same. I didn't know that, right? Sometimes
you can't know until you do it.
Yeah. So sometimes your passion you become passionate about what it is that you do, and you fall in love with what you do. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's not about finding your passion; it's about finding a solution that you could be passionate about.
Yes.
Doing it, and guess what? It becomes your passion, right?
Absolutely.
So find a way to follow your passion. Provides an untold satisfaction in your life, and of course, it also provides enjoyment.
Totally. This is an effective strategy to playing and winning at the big game.
Yeah, so we talk about life being a game, the game of life. Mm-hmm. So if we want to create
that game,
yeah, I have actually. So
I think we played it together in Vegas.
Yeah, I think we
did.
So the thing about life is that it is a game, and you've got to be prepared to play a bigger game, or you're going to play a small game. And if you want to create change and you want to create a change of scenery, then it's important to play that bigger game. Now, the road to a successful life is a combination of the following. What is it, Lee?
Self-knowledge.
Self-knowledge. That's important. Mm-hmm. So you've got to fill your mind and gain knowledge for yourself, right?
Yep.
It also is a combination of passion. We talk about it. You've got to have passion with what you do.
Absolutely.
You've got to be passionate about what you do or how you act. And you've got to it's got to have a combination of becoming the center of my universe, right? So whatever
I'm the center of your universe, aren't I?
That's right. Whatever it is that you do.
You mean my universe?
What?
Is
I'm
it meant
yours?
to? No.
What? I'm yours? I'm going to confuse you totally.
Is it meant to be the center of my universe?
No, it's my universe. You're the center of my universe.
Yes.
It doesn't say...
And I'm the center of my universe.
It doesn't say become the center of Leanne's universe. That's not what I said. All right, so the road to a successful life is a combination of those things, right? Self-knowledge, passion, and whatever it is that you're doing, allow it to become the center of your universe. Your universe. Not Leanne's, not mine. All right. Now I'm going to start calling. All right. At a young age, excitement for a desired result allows one to create incredible willpower. So when we're younger and we want something and we go after it, we're pretty excited, right?
Yeah.
And we apply a lot of willpower. Mm-hmm. And when you're young, that's what gets you there.
Yeah.
Right? Willpower. Could be to convince your parents to allow you to go somewhere.
Yep. Make the list.
Yeah. Could be to convince your parents to allow you to do something.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So, and you'll put all the willpower you can behind it because you're passionate about the outcome.
Yes.
Right? And that's what happens when you're young. But guess what? This is not a strategy that is best to serve you throughout your life. It doesn't work all the time, right?
No.
And it doesn't work as you get older.
You can't do everything with just willpower either.
No.
You've got to do other stuff alongside.
So we can literally force things in our life to go a certain way sometimes. As I said, however, it's not a great strategy long term. So using your willpower to overcome habits is ultimately ineffective as over time the habit will return. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we try and force things to create a different habit, but then the habit comes back.
Yeah.
And it comes back stronger, right? So it's really important. The long-term success that includes long-term happiness is surrendering to a higher purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Have
or
you ever
a bigger
had
game.
Yeah, or a bigger game. Have you ever had to surrender yourself to a higher purpose or to something?
Probably.
I did when I found this industry. I sort of wanted to create change. I wanted to change the scenery. Here we go, right?
Yeah.
This is real. I wanted to change the scenery 14 years ago at the end of June, and I literally followed the teachings in The Secret, the movie The Secret and the book. I wrote out a list of my ideal dream lifestyle, and I surrendered to the universe and said, show me a way. Like,
show me the money.
Show me the money, show me the way, show me something. Like, give me something, because I had no idea how I was going to create that dream life that I'd just written out on a piece of paper. And I really allowed myself to be a kid and dream again. And I think when we become adults, we often forget how to dream. And
that's what I love about vision boards. I actually printed, as you know, some new pictures for our vision board the other day, because I realised some of the pictures on there we'd already achieved and I hadn't updated it. So I went and printed some more. Yeah,
and that's, it's an important part. So a change of scenery, we've got to sometimes surrender to what we're passionate about, or surrender to something that's going to give us the result that we're looking for. And of course, you can use willpower to produce a productive environment. And often, it's what we create. It's what the mind can conceive, we can achieve. So willpower is a great thing in short bursts in our life. However, what, Lee?
It's the environment in which you choose for your life.
Yeah, so the environment in which you choose for your life. So do you choose your environment that you live in? Yeah, and we all do. We're all in control.
You choose who you hang around and who your friends are, and you can't choose your family. But
no. Well, there's a great little saying that says you become the company you keep. So what company are you keeping? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you spending time with? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you learning from? Who are you inspired by? Are these people serving you? As all of these situations, people, circumstances, and events, will have an impact on a whole heap of things in your life. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about some of those things, Lee, that it has an impact on. So what are some of those things so if I spend time hanging around people, it's going to impact a number of things.
Well, you see this in children a lot, especially teenagers. Your attitude.
Your attitude. All right. Your attitude.
You can tell when they've been hanging around somebody different.
And then you say, what? Your attitude sucks?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Or you shift. You need a shift in your attitude. Mm-hmm. All right. Mannerisms. Right. When we hang around people, sometimes we can pick up certain mannerisms that are not positive and don't serve us.
Yep. Speech patterns.
Yeah, speech patterns, the way that we speak.
That happens a lot. Well, Rach is a good example of that, because she sometimes says stuff in a very American way, which I think she's picked up from Shay.
I think it's interesting when you hang around people. I'm a bit like that. I can start to pick up their accent, and I don't mean to do it intentionally. It's just
You're doing it to mock them.
No, I don't. No.
Well, they probably think that.
No, it's just... I don't know. It's just this persona that you take on, and you start to refine your language and start to speak like them. What did Louise say? The law of conformity. It's so true. We become the people we surround ourselves with. Absolutely. So then there's also things like speech patterns, phrases. We share
people's perspectives.
People's perspectives. We share those. We start to take on other people's perspectives. What else do we take on, Lee?
Outlooks.
People's outlooks in life. Mm-hmm. So who we're surrounding ourselves with, we start to take on those people's outlooks. Now, we want to make sure that those people's outlooks are positive. Attitudes, right?
We've already talked about attitudes.
We did talk about attitudes.
So attitudes again.
Attitudes again, right? It's a big thing. Take on people's attitudes. And, of course, emotional state. We can take on others' emotional state.
And their beliefs.
Right? So you become the company you keep. So who are you spending your time around? Be careful and take stock of the people that you surround yourself with and are inspired by. So it's better and more effective to spend your willpower changing your environment than in fighting individual temptations. So use your willpower to change your environment.
Yep.
All right. Now, right throughout my life, excuse me, there is a variety of circumstances that I absolutely know I have had a change of scenery. I've had a change of environment, and I've had to make some pretty big, bold, tough decisions along the way in order to improve my circumstances. Mm-hmm. So they've all been challenging decisions, but they've always led me to a better outcome or a better place or a better scenario or a better learning for myself. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people's circumstances and events will come into our life for a reason. And sometimes it may not be a lifelong time, but sometimes it's a reason. It's for us to learn. And there's certainly situations in my life that I've experienced where I've learned from them. Mm-hmm. You know, what have you learned from those circumstances and situations? Certainly you do. You've got to grow through them and you've got to learn from them and look at what role you played in those environments.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
So can you relate to that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So let's move on to our final part of a change of scenery. So making a change to your environment can take on many different forms. Lee?
It's often one of the first things that pops into your mind when we think about what will derail us from hitting our goals.
Yeah, so often when we want to go after our goals, quite regularly people will look at, well, what's going to derail them, and it's their scenery. It's their environment they're involved in. So if it's not allowing you to move you closer to your goals, what do?
Change the environment.
Change the environment. Change the scenery. So this can lead to making tough choices in your life. Like I said, sometimes we've got to make tough choices and tough decisions. But you know what the answer is, and the longer you wait to make that decision,
the harder it becomes.
Absolutely. And I've been there. Mm-hmm. You know that.
Yep.
Took me forever to make a decision. One time.
Procrastinator, you are.
No, I wasn't procrastinating. I was just stuck. But anyway, you know, sometimes you've got to make tough decisions, and sometimes you've got to work your way through that process in order to make the decision, right? Mm-hmm. And then you come out the other side and it serves you. So changing your environment, Lee, can be things like what?
Changing your job.
Yep. For some people, it's changing your job. For others, it's who you're spending your time with. So that's changing your environment. What else?
Choosing to educate yourself in a new direction.
Yeah. So if you're going out and improving your skill base, your knowledge, and in order to change your environment and change your scenery, that's important. You might join a new club. You might join a new gym. You might join a new yoga studio. You might join a new tennis group, right? Whatever it is for you, you might go and do something. And that's, again, it's changing your environment, changing your scenery. What else?
Take up a new activity.
Yeah, well, I guess I spoke about that with like a club, right? Yeah. So you could take up a new activity. You could go and become a cyclist.
Or you could go to the boat show next weekend and buy a boat and become a boatie.
That's right, you could. Just like we're going.
We're not buying a boat, though. Just quietly. We're going to look at boats, but we're not buying a boat.
Oh, goodness. So anyway, so it's it's what we allow into our minds that makes the difference. So what we feed into our mind makes the difference to our environment, our scenery, how we act, the success that we create. What else? What can we do, Lee, to fix this? What can we do to fix the mind, what we allow into the mind?
Stop watching the news and fake fake. I can't even
It's
say
fake
that word.
news.
The fake stuff.
Right, fake news and sensationalism, right?
That's
News
the
is
word.
all about sensationalized drama. So stop watching it, right? Stop watching the news. Do we know what's going on with the election here in Australia? Just saying. We have no idea. No idea.
We know
Because
we're
we don't
going
watch
to
the
vote
news.
next weekend, but that's about
Right?
it.
We're going to go vote and we'll cast our vote. Absolutely. And we know what we don't want. What we don't want is what we've got over the last 4 years. And we also know that we don't want the other party either. So,
Who knows?
you know, there's some good people out there to hold the balance of power. And I think we've really got to look at shifting that balance of power here in
But we're
Australia.
not talking about politics. So
No, well,
let's
no.
move right
But,
along.
you know.
Moving right along.
So stop watching the news.
So start spending time with people who already have the habits you want to pick up.
Yeah, so hang around the people that are walking the walk and talking the talk and creating the results that you want to have in your life. I know that when I came into this industry of personal development 14 years ago, one of the things that inspired me was people creating the results that I desired. And I wanted to be around those people. I wanted to learn from those people. I wanted to learn what I can from what do they do differently, how are they showing up, what language are they using. And, you know, today it's very different to what it was 14 years ago because I've become that student of personal development and been able to allow myself to learn and grow along the way and learn from others and then surround yourself with people that are on the same path. So that's really important.
Yes.
So stop watching the news. Don't get bought in. Don't buy into the fake sensationalism. Don't read the tabloids. If you want to find something out, go look for it and then get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
I read a lot of sports stuff, a lot of sports news. And I'm sure some of that's not true. I'm sure some of that is fake and sensationalized as well. But it's all about sport. So that's where I have a passion.
Cool.
So that is how we change our scenery or how we change our environment. And the most important thing is that we are committed to ourselves, our mindset, the outcome, and we just go after what we want. And we make some bold decisions.
Yeah. So talking about scenery, so Friday night we were going to dinner with some friends.
We were just going out to dinner with a couple of friends.
Hadn't done the hair or anything. And we rock up at dinner and there's like how many of our
A surprise party. So our friends threw us a surprise party last Friday night for our recent award and acknowledgement, which was
the first
amazing.
ever surprise party anyone has been able to pull off for me.
So that was pretty special, and we had a great bunch of people attend that right here on the Gold Coast. So big thanks
to all of you.
Thanks to all of you that were involved and made it along. That was great. It was a great surprise for Lee and I to be surprised.
Yeah, it was. We only had 4 hours sleep the next.
We did. Yeah,
it was awesome.
It was a bit of a late night, and then we had to get up and take teenagers to work at like 5:30 in the morning.
Anyway,
at stupid o'clock, I call it.
It was stupid o'clock, but
Stupid o'clock on a
all
Saturday.
worth it. But anyway, guys, we've got some exciting things. We're going to the Guy Sebastian concert this Friday.
Oh, we
night.
are too.
That's pretty
nearly
exciting.
forgot about that.
And then we've got some filming with some team members on the weekend, so that'll be fun.
We do.
So Rob said great party and great to see the surprise on your faces. So yes, and then next weekend we're going to see some boats. So
We are.
Pretty
so we
excited
got
about
a lot on the go. Are we here next week?
Yes.
We are?
Yep.
Is that... Oh, yep. We're still doing it after the... Yep.
Yeah,
After
as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just we had some other
on.
commitments that were popping up, so we're just making sure that we're going to be back next week, same time for episode number 112.
Yes.
We'll be here on Loving Life Now. We'll move on to our next topic, and I haven't really looked at what next week's topic is.
Okay. They'll find out when we post it.
That's right. So
Right, guys.
remember, if you're after a change of scenery, go make it happen. Get out there, make some bold decisions, and change your environment.
So have a great week.
That's it from us.
And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.